What's up and welcome to the channel. My name is Hellcat and thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 concealable handguns for women. And to assist me in today's video, I brought a woman to help us out here. Mrs. Hellcat, this is her first time being in video here, so we're going to have a lot of fun with this. And I value her feedback, and a lot of y'all value her feedback as well. Y'all have told me as much. Patrons have told me as well. I mean, she is a vital part of what we do here, and we don't see her a lot on camera or even talking on camera, but getting her feedback on some of these firearms is crucial. So that's what we're going to go off today. Her feedback, a little bit of mine, and we're just going to interject the two here. Before we get started, today's video is brought to you by the USCCA. If you are a concealed carrier here in America, you need to have somebody on your side in case the, God forbid, worst situation happens and you have to use your firearm in self-defense. They provide legal and financial protection. They're there with you from day one. There's no reimbursements. They are there with you. Some of these cases can cost upwards of $50,000 and more to be able to protect yourself in a lawful shoot. I mean, these things happen. It could get pretty nasty. And from some of the cases we've seen in America over the past few years, there's evidence of that. So they are there for you. And we've been a member since 2015. They're an awesome company. So I'm going to leave a link down below so y'all can go over and check them out. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, these guns have all been reliable for us. So that's number one when you're talking about a concealed carry gun. It's got to work. So reliability, there's no question here with any of these firearms, at least in our opinion and what we've seen as far as that. So let's start with number 5. So number 5 here is going to be a fairly new offering. This is the Hellcat. And of course, we've done a video on this and you can go over and check out our individual videos. But here's some of the specs. It's got an overall length of 6 inches. Width is right at an inch. It's got a 3-inch barrel and it's 17.9 ounces unloaded. And then you're talking about 4 inches to 4.5 inches with the extended magazine. This firearm offers a lot in a pretty small package, and this is some of the engineering and technology that's come out since the P365 that we're able to enjoy guns like this with 10+1 or in this case 11+1 capacity. This is going to be the only one straight from the factory that is offered with a red dot plate. So if that's something that you want to get into as well, that's an option. Nice stippling on the grip. The slide is pretty easy to maneuver, so most women and most elderly folks and people with weaker dexterity in their hands, heck, I even have carpal tunnel, so sometimes I even have to really put extra force into these slides. But that's something to consider as well, because the smaller the gun, the stiffer the slide and that spring is going to be. So it's just something to consider there, but great capacity. Overall 17.9 ounces. We carry our holsters in Tolster holsters. Y'all know that. And since the Sidekick came out, it actually made a huge difference in being able to tuck this gun and bring it in closer to your body to make it even more concealable. Because that's something Mrs. Hellcat mentioned as well, is like the tighter fitting clothes that she wears. It's not always a thing. You know, it's something extra that she has to consider because of the kind of clothes that she wears and a lot of women wear, and the being tighter fitting clothes and then trying to carry inside the waistband on top of that. All right, so why'd you include the Hellcat on the list at number 5?
I included the Hellcat in the list for number 5 because of the amount of rounds that you get in the gun, and it's a good size gun for a female to carry, but it's still, for me, is a gun that I find quite hard to shoot. And the grip is still pretty rough on the skin. So it's a great gun. It has good capacity. But for me, I just don't enjoy shooting it. So it still is on the list, but number 5.
Okay. All right, so coming in at number 4 here is the P365. And this is the gun that started it all. More capacity and smaller micro 9mm. This one set the bar, and there's reliability issues that other reviewers have had and other people that have bought this firearm have had. And I'm not discounting that at all, but what I can tell you is that our version has been nothing but reliable. We've had a few times where the slide didn't lock back after the last round, but I don't see that as a reliability issue. This gun has been fantastic. Higher capacity. The grip texturing is kind of rough on this one. It's rougher than the Hellcat even. So there may be some issues as far as, rubbing and things like that. But what's really made the difference for Mrs. Hellcat is the Sidekick. Because where this gun before, she would have to carry it almost to an appendix style to be able to hide the grip well enough where she wasn't printing all over the place. Now that the sidekick, she has that on her holster, so it's allowed this grip to turn in so she can carry it at that 3 and 4 o'clock position where she really likes to carry it. And as far as the specs, you got a 5.8 inches in overall length, right over an inch in width, 4.3 inches high, 17.8 ounces unloaded, and a 3.1 inch barrel. So before, you would have to go up to a double stack 12 round gun, 22 to 25 ounces, like a Glock 26 or something like that. Now you're just over a pound, and this is unloaded, of course, but with the right holster, with the right gun belt, you can really carry a firearm with decent capacity, really good capacity, and get a lot of great features. So why did you include this one at number 4 on the list?
With the P365, I really, really like the gun a lot. It's really fun to shoot. The sights are amazing. The reason it's on the list, the capacity is really good, and because of the sidekick, it's easier for me to conceal. But still, again, the grip is still pretty rough on my skin, and it's still on the larger scale of concealed carry guns for a woman.
Nice. All right, coming in at number 3 is the, I call it all reliable, but this is the M&P Shield, and to me, this is the gun that really started the single stack craze. 2006 is when this firearm actually came out, so it's had a long run. A lot of people have this in their holster as their daily driver, man, and for good reason. There's an M2.0 version of this firearm out now, which is even better than the original Shield, which is what we have here. But the capacity is 7+1 in the chamber with a flush fit mag, steel sights on it, a very decent trigger. So this one actually started the new M&P triggers where you didn't have that mushy kind of pull through, and there was basically no reset to them. This gun really started the new line for M&P, and now, like I said, that M2.0 version, the grip texturing is really aggressive, and you know that because we had one. So you really probably want to wear an undershirt against your skin with that one, but it's got a lot of great features and a new trigger in that 2.0 version. But specs on the Shield, 6.1 inches in overall length, right under an inch as far as your width, 4.6 inches high, 20.8 ounces unloaded, and a 3.1 inch barrel. So you see the difference in what 10, 12 years has made. So you have a 20.8 ounce gun here and 7 rounds compared to a 17.8 ounce gun in the P365 and 10 rounds, or even better, 17.9 ounces with the Hellcat and an 11+1 capacity. So the capacity is way down compared to these other firearms, but still a very capable concealed carry gun, and I'm interested to know why you included this one on the list.
I included this one on the list. Like you said, it's all reliable. It's my very first gun, and it's a really, really, really good gun. It's very accurate. The sights are amazing. The grip is great. The trigger's great. It's a gun that I first started with, so I'm very good with this gun, but also it's very thin.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'd be willing to lose a couple of rounds when it comes to the P365 or the Hellcat for this M&P Shield because of how thin it is. It just makes it to where when you conceal carry, you don't feel like you're carrying, and that's the whole point. And for me, it does that. I love that gun.
Interesting. Awesome. All right. Awesome. So before we get to our next one, I would like to let you know if you want to see more of what we do, check us out over on Patreon where you can support the channel and check out some awesome exclusive content that we have over there. We have like 5 different tiers, so if you want to get like a signed target or anything like that, we have that, and t-shirts and all kinds of stuff that we do over on Patreon. We love our Patreon community, which is an extension of this community here on YouTube, so come check us out over on Patreon. Number 2 on the list is the Diamondback DB9 Gen 4, and this is a fairly new gun that we got just last year, and it's like the smallest 9mm I think that we've ever had on the channel. Now that does come with some drawbacks as far as the way the gun shoots, but man, it's so small. It's got 6+1 capacity, but when you need something ultra light and you want that capable 9mm round, this may be the one to go for. I mean, you do have a decent set of sights. So most of the time when you notice that the gun's this small, you don't get real sights on them. You know, they're either milled in the slide or something like that, but this one has a real set of sights. And there's aftermarket support for it, little beaver tail there so it can protect your hand. It's got a wider grip, so this is like I said, really tiny gun, so they made the grip wider so it makes it feel like you have more to hold on to there. As far as your specs, you're looking at 5.7 inches in overall length, 0.9 inches in width, 4 inches high with a flush mag, 4.5 with an extended, 13.4 ounces, and a 3.1 inch barrel. So that 13.4 ounces makes this gun really snappy, and I'm going to let Miss Hellcat take it off from here, and she's going to tell you why it's number 2 on the list.
So I made this gun number 2 on the list because of the size. So for me, I would rather have something that when I conceal carry, you can't see it, of course.
Yeah.
But then you can't feel it also. It's a thing for me, like when I'm conceal carrying, I'm up and down all the time with the kids and in the car and on this and working. When you have it, like if I sit down in the car,
yeah,
it like rides up and then it digs into my side. With these smaller guns, they don't do that. You actually feel like you're not even conceal carrying. So I made it number 2 on the list just because of it's 9mm, has really good sights, the size, and it's comfortable to conceal carry.
Nice. Yeah, that's a lot of great points. And like I said, it does come with some drawbacks, but at the end of the day, if you want one of the most concealable 9mm pistols, the Diamondback Gen 4 may be the way to go. All right, so we wanted to include a wild card in this video, and our wild card is the Glock 42. Now, this is one of the bigger 380s that's out there on the market, but that gives you amazing shootability with this gun. I mean, most 380s are really small, and believe it or not, a lot of 380s are very snappy to shoot, and this firearm is just not. And this one really started the whole craze with Glock and slimming down their firearms and giving us a true single stack. Albeit a year later, we actually got the 9, the one everybody truly wanted. But this was a pretty good introduction, and I know they sold a lot of these things, and for good reason. As far as your specs, 5.9 inches in overall length, right under an inch in thickness, 4.1 inches high, 15.8 ounces loaded, and it's 13.76 ounces unloaded. I love that Glock puts their specs, all their specs on their website. And you got a 3.2 inch barrel, 3.25 inch barrel. On a gun like this, the grip texturing is not aggressive. It's got the oversized Gen 4 magazine release and all kinds of sights and things you can put on these Glocks, of course. 6+1 capacity of 380. So it's not going to be as capable as the 9, but Miss Hellcat's going to tell you why she put it as the wild card on this list.
I put the Glock as the wild card because it's thin, it's lightweight, the grip is amazing, and it's very, very easy to conceal.
Yeah. And also it was a birthday gift, I don't know, like 3 years ago. Yep. So there was that.
Yeah.
And numero uno for top 5 concealed carry guns for women, Miss Hellcat's pick here, the Ruger LCP2. All right. Now this is the ultimate concealed carry gun, and I've carried this thing too. She has her own holster for this thing. And it's basically like carrying nothing. Check out these specs here. 5.1 inches in overall length, 0.75, so 3/4 of an inch thick, 3.71 inches high, where pretty much all of these other guns, they're over 4 inches. This one is 10.6 ounces, and the barrel is 2.75, so 2 3/4 of an inch in the barrel length. This gun is tiny, and they've done some really good things on the LCP2. They improved the trigger, so it is a hammer-fired trigger, but it's got it's already pre-cocked, so you're basically just finishing the process for the hammer to strike the back of the primer. The sights are milled in, so you're not going to be winning any competitions with this thing, that's for sure, but for up close and dirty, if somebody is trying to hurt you, this could be definitely a good option. And they redid the grip texturing as well. Miss Hellcat, why did you put this as number 1 on the list?
I love the LCP2. I picked this gun because I kept going back to it. Any type of gun that I would conceal carry and try to carry, I would always go back to the LCP2 just because of the size. I don't even feel like I'm conceal carrying. Sometimes I don't even, like if I'm just running to the store and back, I'll just throw it in my pocket, and I barely even notice that it's there for that as well. You get slide serrations, the grip is great, the trigger's amazing. It's just a really good conceal carry gun.
Yeah, and
awesome.
I mean, you get 6 rounds, 6+1 capacity. Of course, you'd have to buy another magazine with this one because they only give you one. But they do give you a little pocket holster. So when she says throw it in the pocket, obviously you want to have a holster when you do that. But like she said, it's so light, it's so tiny, but it's a capable gun. It's not like it's not a toy or anything like that. It is a capable gun. And let's just be honest, man, with women, most women are wearing tighter fitting clothes like we said in the beginning, and you're going to have some more obstacles that men will not have.
Right.
Now there's all kinds of ways you can carry. You can do ankle holsters, which we've tried. There's bra holsters that you can do for women. Purse carry, which Miss Headshot carries in the purse sometimes. That can be very dangerous. Not only do you have the delay factor, but you also have the fact that if somebody steals your purse, well, now you're done. You have no protection on you. So we always recommend, if you can, when you can, try to get in the habit of getting a good holster, a good gun belt, carry inside the waistband, and practice. Top 5 concealable guns for the ladies. I appreciate your help on this one, Mrs. Headshot. I want to know what y'all's opinion is down in the comments below. Let me know which one you think is the best gun for ladies. And men, of course. I carry a lot of these guns, and I've carried every single one on this table, too. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.